Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Grandia 3. Last time, we watched one of my favorite cutscenes, or strings of cutscenes, in the entire game. We said goodbye to Miranda and Alfonso, and then Yuki crashed his second plane in a matter of, 12 hours or whatever the hell we're at this point. Also note, I've got lots more money since last time, and I haven't even sold anything yet. Also note, let's see, I did get all of the items I said I was going to. Where are they? Well, they're in equipment. So let's see. So we have 9 of those. Now do note that even though sheepskin is just an item for selling and does nothing else, you can equip it as an accessory, meaning I'm equipping 2 and I have 9 in my inventory, meaning I have a total of 11. So you can actually get a few extras this way if you want. That's if you can give up your accessory slot. Depending on where you are, you may or may not be able to. Here, since the enemies, or at least the sheep, don't even hit you, you don't really have to worry about it, so I just have done that. And yeah, let us move forward. They've changed the music from the rest of the forest once we get here. It's a little different. I definitely love the atmosphere around here. The setting sun, and if you look there in the background, the castle there, the white mountains in the background. This is one of the most beautiful areas in the entire game. Look at that. That's gorgeous. This game just looks so pretty, and it's ridiculous that it even gets improved by having the additional filter on there. Look at the sparkle on the water. So beautiful. One of the most picturesque areas in the entire game, for sure. Anyway, once you've accumulated as many sheepskins as you want, let's head to Arcriff. If you remember, Elfina did say it was an area shrouded in mist and had a lake and a temple, so we're pretty much on point here. And the dialogue's going to go on its own, so I'll sit back and I'll take a nap. Except for it's not going to talk to you. Whatever. We're finally at Arcriff, the place we've been trying to go since like hour 2 of this game. Yeah, well... Oh, she has a last name. Look at that. Was Pamela one of the names of the circus people from Grandia 2? Or was it spelt differently? I don't remember. Must see the bishop. Be glad to see you. Alright, well we can of course do that. Servant? Okay, sure. We'll go with that one. I'm afraid not. Haven't heard from Emilius. So that's her brother's name. You do notice that she's mentioned that a few times, both in dialogue and can't remember when if I showed it off or not. I think it was did I get a game over that I showed or something like that? I can't remember. No, it was just when she died. It wasn't a game over, but she just said that she cries out Emilius when she dies, the name of her brother, which we now know. Now, there's a number of, buildings around here, most of which we can't go in. As you can see, there are only a few different places, the general store being one of them. That's the first place we need to go here. And first things first, let's start selling. Sheepskin! Sell all 9 of those, and we just doubled our money. Yeah! Alright, let's unequip these and put ourselves back on some better stuff there. There we go, and we'll sell those 2 as well. So yeah, that's a really quick, really easy way of getting yourself money. I think I ran in like 4 times, you know, to get all those. It doesn't take too long. And now that we've arrived here, we can still leave the city to go back and do it again, and I will off screen. But until then, let's just go over what we can buy here. One of the guides I've been reading was recommending buying revival gems. I never used them throughout any of my test run and never had a problem, but you may desire to buy them. If so, they are here. If you don't buy them here, they're not available for quite some time, so just kind of be aware of that. You may want to pick up some of these. That is a single targeting. I don't need that. That's 900 AP. It's also single. Don't really need that. That targets all, so I'll pick up a couple of those. So we can buy revival things now, but we don't really need them. And we don't really need any of that stuff either. Oh, one of the things going forward, we did buy them, the sleep amulets. We don't need them quite yet, but we will need them eventually. So just kind of hold on to them for later. Alright, now what else can we do around here? Run down the stairs. See, ooh, we have people to talk to. What do you have to say? Look at the temple in all its splendor. A lot different than the houses in Mendy. Honor of your guardian. They sell souvenirs at the church in the oh boy, hard times we've been going on, I see. That's where the souvenirs are sold. Okay. A holy salve. Yeah, it's just a single targeting healing item. It's really unnecessary. Anyway, now that we have far more money than we did before, we can buy some magic. And eventually we will head back. It's just basically what I do is I pick up 4 of everything. I find it easier that way, and then I know I'm never without spells. Cure, he heals both poison and paralysis, as you can see. We probably won't ever use that. Resurrect, sure, probably won't use it. Healer, it's a more powerful version of heal. All heal, finally have access to that. It's more expensive than it was when we bought it in town. Snooze, I haven't had a good amount of time to use, but I don't know, it doesn't seem to work too well on enemies in this game. There are some that it seems to work against, but not reliably enough like it was in Grandia 2 to have it as like kind of a staple of your arsenal, but you could decide to use it if you want. I'll set up more spells later, it doesn't really matter right now. Alright, so we should have one more building around here to visit, other than kind of the main temple here. What do you have to say? Yeah! Say it provided a starting point to the ancestors' journey, huh? World was protected by guardians, but the land was still ruined. Griff provided this relic and returned to the Verse Realm. What catastrophe? Okay. Just you read at the library to learn more. Yes, we have to go to the library at some point. Alright. But yeah, you get a little more background lore on what's going on here. No, there is no other area to go visit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head out here. Actually, did I talk to you yet? Let's talk to you. Been a long time. Lived here a long time ago. Been away for almost 10 years, huh? Wow. Doesn't seem like it's an area that changes a lot. Plus, that also seems to go along with religion and a lot of, you know, if you look at a lot of these religious meccas, even in our world, not just, you know, video game worlds, there tend to be some of the oldest cities in the world, right? Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head back and I'm going to farm up to 11 more of the sheepskins. And once I'm done that, then we will come back and we will head in. This is about all the money grinding I'm going to do for now. You might have to do a little bit more later, but probably not. It's just to make our lives a lot easier so we don't have to, you know, pick and choose what we're going to buy going forward. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to do all that off screen, and I will see you in a moment. And we're back, but it's also the next day, so if the tone shifts a little bit, sorry. I actually went to go watch a movie, so I had a buddy texting me while I was doing all that work off screen, which of course I've finished, and we have crap tons more money now. I've already sold all of them off screen there. Let's double check our status here. Notice that we have learned a bunch of letters and 2 new moves for Yuki. I will show these off when we get around to it. Bladestorm. Bladestorm is what you would think would be his best move, but for the most part, it's actually outweighed by Flash. Flash just allows you to move so fast and hit so easily that something that's a multi-hit combo move like Bladestorm isn't as useful as you might think. Invincible Aura is something that we won't have access to spell-wise for quite some time, so it is nice to have early. Also note that it does cost quite a bit. It only negates a set amount of damage, but we do eventually get a spell that will do all of this as well. Let's see, go over to you, and you learned a new one, Holy Circle. Holy Circle is quite good early on. Later on, its usefulness kind of balances out a little bit, but we learned that. We got a couple letters for you as well. As I said, that was kind of my focus when I was trying to get the money. I figure I might as well be doing something else as opposed to just spamming attacks, since I'm getting SP refills all the time. So, you know, big group of enemies, hit it with Whirlwind, or big group of enemies, use, you know, Aerial Slash and whatever Elfina's is called. My brain... did I seriously forget that? Anyway, just use her cancel attack. Just, you know, spam them one after another, even in a large group of enemies, because you're going to get, you know, a bunch of SP back anyway. Yeah. Terribly sorry that I'm so old I forgot what you look like. Or he's a guard. Maybe he's not as old as all the priests usually appear around here. Anyway, with that being said, let's head on in here. I'll go over, I've made some changes. I reset up my, whatever it is, the, let's go over. Yeah, I don't think there's any downside to going over here, but, yeah, I set up my magic and my, yeah, sure, we'll talk to these guys. I went in and I changed my skills and my magic, but I'll go over that in a little bit here. Okay. Get you the words. The words of a god, huh? Or a guardian. Same thing. The trader's sister. Well, I'm not going to go too deep and talk to these guys too much here. I don't think this is the right way to go, is it? That will probably lead to the cathedral. That will advance plot. We don't want to do that yet. Second floor. I think they're going to send us here eventually anyway, but exploring around here is a little different. Yeah. Let's go see the bishop first. Yeah, and then they'll send us there. But that one's locked. The viewing room. Okay. We'll have to go there at some point. I just want to get, you know, a little bit of dialogue in with some of the people around here just to get an idea. Never cleans her own room, but she's obsessed with cleaning other people's. Oh, I see. What about you? Do I want to know what you found? Just a glass. They all break eventually. Okay, these people are strange. That big, you know, circle around here, you would think that, oh, maybe I can get in at some point, or there'd be an item around one side. No. Whole lot of nothing, and they blocked that off. So we're just going to backtrack. So wanted to talk to a few people. We'll head in those 2 rooms that were blocked off to us eventually as the plot dictates here. But I wanted to get a couple of things done, even though the episode kind of got split in half here. But I didn't want to, you know, jump straight for the plot, because there are some people to talk to. That's the one I want to go into. Back to the hall, we'll talk to the main people out here. The music around here is, I don't know if I'd say it's interesting. It definitely suits the situation, but like, it seems to be the case with a lot of songs in this game, is they suit the situation, but they don't stand out. So I'm not too sure what that says about the music, but I'm not really going to complain. As soon as possible, huh? Thought there we go. Somebody else. Haven't I seen you before? So many songs. Grown into a lady, though I think she's still like 16. She's still a child, you know, just like Yugi. Gotta get ready for the ceremony. Alright. A little heal up, not that we need it, but, well, I have access to it now, so I'll just go over the spells I have. So, spells I have. Burn Strike will be useful if you plan on using spells. Tremor targets all enemies, so we're going to use that. Everyone's going to have Resurrect, Dig In, Healer, and All Heal because obvious reasons. And the only difference here is you have Boom and Crackle instead of Tremor and whatever else. What else am I missing? And Dig In. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, Fire Elemental will be useful against the next set of enemies we end up fighting, so that's why I've got a different mana egg on her at the moment, so that she can boost the power of Fire Elemental spells, so that Blaze Egg we found a little while ago will be useful, as opposed to the, what was it, the Frost Egg, or the Rain Egg that she had on before, whatever it was. Alright, let's go over this way too. I believe we're just supposed to go into kind of the main area there, but if there's a library, we should go read some books. Oh my. Let's talk to you. Just got back, huh? The old librarian. Still the same old guy. No. Only time I ever leave this room is to bathe in, well, you know. Oh boy. Decipher ancient literature. Well, we might as well start. Arcriff Mythology. Volume 1, The Beginning. Shall I read? Sure, let's start. Before time itself, the world was amorphous and dark. Looks complicated. It's an anthology of myths. Yeah. When I heard the story, it started from this section, the story of long ago. There was a world known as the Verse Realm. It was beautiful, inhabited by guardians and winged humans. It was rich and overflowing with happiness, which was then carried on to our world as well. A lot different than the one that we found, yeah. The true Verse Realm, huh? They're not as in-depth with a lot of this stuff, and they're more lighthearted about it than they were in, say, Grandia 2, where we learned a lot more information and it was a lot more complicated. But, you know, we get some background, and we also get some kind of the character's personality shine through, so I like it. One time, giant black spheres appeared and consumed our houses, cattle, and even people. Trees of the forest, earth of the mountains, and water of the sea were all consumed by spheres. Couldn't run. Sounds like verse spheres. Out of control, turning into vast, lifeless wilderness. The few survivors fled to the top of a hill, but all they could do was wait for the end. it's the same basic intro, just, you know, move on to the next volume there. And then Griff and 4 other guardians, along with winged people, descended upon that final hill when the world was in chaos. Griff and the others fought intensely for 7 days to seal the black spheres to the end of destruction. Or to end the destruction, or whatever it said. That part is written down. Yeah. The others fought victoriously and sealed the spheres. Okay. Volume 4. Black spheres were sealed, but no one could understand the language of the Guardians. Just then, a young girl stepped forward from among the survivors. She was able to act as a mediator, conveying everyone's feelings. She was the first communicator. Learned that the black spheres were a curse unleashed by a being equal to the Guardians in strength. Guardians came down from the verse realm to put an end to the curse, and the survivors looked up to them as gods. So the Guardians moved to various parts of the world to protect it from danger. When the Guardians scattered to various regions, Griff left a map to the Holy Land and returned to the Verse Realm. Sounds about right. The survivors planted seeds to restore their ruined world while on their journey to Arcriff. On the way, they found each Guardian again. Some people declined to stay and watch over them, and started settlements. After many generations, they found Arcriff and built the temple. And the world was green again. After an arduous journey, the people finally made it to Arcriff. It was there that Griff appeared to them once again. From then on, the people would protect the Holy Land. The communicator would relay the Guardian's words to them. Closing, no matter how long the journey is, keep faith. Press on to better things. The end. Wonder how much of that really happened. It's a good thought. Aren't history books. They tell us a lot about culture, though. Yeah. Alright, so we can actually head up here as well, and there's a whole nother line. Nope. No, let's climb down. Nope. There we go. Go away, Windows Update! I don't want to update. Go away. It's trying to update stuff from like 3 years ago. I don't know why. I'll fix it later. Existence of Guardians. Sure. Prodigious guardians have descended upon the world, vowing to protect the earth, forest, and sky to the very end. Acting on Griff's holy words, will ultimately protect our world from catastrophic events. We should be grateful. The noble communicator's power is basically a contract, bonding our world with this land, or with his land. Okay, sure. And is passed on via the soul. The communicator's soul will never die as long as it is passed on through the power of bonds. Okay. Something to do with the power of bonds, so bloodlines. I wish it were easier to read. Something sandwiched between this book. Looks like an old letter. Wonder if I should read it. Sure, why not? What a horrible priest I am. I've fallen for Michelle the Communicator. Of all people. Never felt this way before. Well, that's probably not something that should still be in the library. I find myself longing for her even more. Can I go on living in secret like this? Can't leave the temple? That would be betraying Griff and Michelle. Please, my friend, tell me what I should do. Derek Williams. Okay. No idea. Believe there's something about that on the other side, though. So let's go take a look at that real quick. And then we'll finish up whatever else we can talk to around on this side of the main path there. Sounds like a romance novel. Something stuck between the pages. All right. Oh. This is how a communicator must live. As your priest, I know you can understand. Hope we continue to be the best of friends. Well, he didn't get what he wanted. There's another letter here. Final letter. Just can't live without you. Okay then. Going to tell you in person. But I'll leave this letter behind as proof of my rebellion and also as a reminder to never again betray my true feelings. Isn't that the last name of Alfina? Interesting. We learn a little bit about Alfina's history and her bloodline and all that. Day in life of a priest. Strict way of life. Sure. Rise at 4 a.m. No thank you. Brush teeth, wash face, offer morning prayer. Yeah, me either. 6 a.m. offer another prayer before breakfast. Yeah, sounds about right. 8 a.m. Go to the cathedral and listen to the bishop's lecture for 3 hours. That's a long course. Yeah, pretty much. Nope. Let's see. Researching the verse realm. Seen in their literature, people of the verse realm are scientifically superior to us in countless ways. Their natural wings endow them with the ability to fly among the clouds. Some of them even reside in the sky. Wonder if it really was the verse realm, or maybe someone's thinking it is something else. There's nothing on that last shelf there. They just make you climb down if you get the X button to pop up there. This is going to be a long episode, but oh well. That's my fault for getting distracted and organizing the episode the way I did. These are the bedrooms for later on. There's nothing we can do there. So let's just go back out front, and I think we'll save and call it a day. But yeah, we accomplished quite a bit today. We did the grinding we needed to do, got a bunch of money, got our skills all set up and our magic set up, learned some new letters, and learned a little bit of background history about the world. But anyway, that's pretty much all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.